Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Cons Draft. Hope everyone had a fantastic pre-release weekend. Like I mentioned last week, wasn't going to be able to make it to the pre-release, so I didn't get to play with any of the new Fate Reforged cards. Hope you all did. I have been able to listen to other people talk about Fate Reforged cards. Way less exciting. As always, limited resources set reviews are super fun and exciting. If you don't know lrcast.com, you should. I don't push it because I'm, sponsored or paid in any way. I just really like it. I'm a disciple. So, let's see. What do we have here? Chief of Scale, I'm going right to just because there's not a lot of cards in one color that I'm super drawn to, though the next really good cards are actually in white, so that's not always fantastic. Could just go for the morph, but pick up the Chief early, and you happen to be into Warriors, and it ends up being really, really good, so we'll go that route. And immediately, I'm happy getting a Suspension Field passed. Someone took another uncommon over, of course, Ugin's Nexus. Seeing another Alabaster Cairn. I don't love passing two of those, but whatever. This is basically the best card in the pack anyway. I'm seeing a little bit of white. Free Weapon Master here. Land. I guess Incremental Growth is actually pretty good. Alpine Grizzly's filler, but Suspension Field is by far the best card in the pack, so let's go ahead and rock that guy out. Don't know if we're going to do any 1-drops, but we'll start filling out the curve here. Land, 1-drop, other. Ooh, okay. So, a bunch of very evenly decent cards. Warning Aspirant's a fine 2-drop. I kind of was looking at the Fate Reforged pack, and I know you only get one of them in the new draft format coming up. But there's a lot more early aggressive red drops, and I'm wondering if now there's going to be a more aggressive deck. I don't remember all the cards' names or what they do. It's just a general sense I had while going through the spoiler. It's going to be something I have my eye on, especially early on in the draft where you might be able to pick that up. But I don't know, maybe I'll get a recording of that when I'm messing around with the format in the first few drafts. Anyway, but that's a fine 2-drop. I think Watcher is actually better than it. Pretty much on par with Bitter Revelation or Mardu Warstreaker. Smite the Monstrous, even Monstrous Flock in a certain deck, but since we don't really know what that deck is, I think Watch of the Roost is just far and away the better pick. And, it looks like we're going white one way or another, and we can figure out where we go after that later. So, yeah, here's an interesting decision. Ponyback Brigade is a really fun morph, I can kind of lean towards it in the black realm, since Warriors, black-white, of course, splashing red, that's a really nice archetype. Though, didn't I just do that in the last recording? I don't remember if that was the one I recorded last week or not. Savage Punch, though, is the best card here. And I'm not exactly against going Abzan by any means. Savage Punch does be a little bit worse in Abzan than, of course, Temur, since Ferocious, but still really fantastic. Also, I love Glacial Stalker quite a bit. I think that's just a really good card, and if we're going into the Jeskai deck. But I think I am just going to... So I would say all of those cards are pretty comparable. I guess Savage Punch is a little bit better, but I don't really like it with white. I think I will just go with the Ponyback Brigade, leaning towards Chief of the Scale. Because I think that's going to be really fantastic. Here, Take Up Arms, as we're going white, we have a Chief. We can start really trying to move into a Warrior deck. And it looks like white's open, so worst case scenario, we have a heavy white Warrior deck. Best case scenario, we do start picking up more things like the different chiefs, or we can open the uncommon Raider spoils, or get the rushes. We're looking to grab a Trumpet Blast, splash in that red. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is what I recorded last week, so sorry if this is a little redundant, but such is the life sometimes. Another Ugin's Nexus, that's kind of interesting. Just because it's rare, or mythic rare, and rare to see these go around. I think I'll just take the Hate Blade here. I could take the Krumar Bondkin that tends to get picked up. Noticing a couple of dual lands look like there's... At this point is when they start getting snatched up and maybe no one's going 5-color. That's fine. I'm happy to just take a Warrior here in a color I know I'm playing, and I want to be in black. I'm not married to my Chief or the Ponyback Brigade yet, though. Let's see if there's anything else. Solar Vitro's a filler, and a better filler if we abandon black, but I'm not looking to do it, and I'm looking to go Warrior, so that's fine. Act of Treason's an honorable mention, but I tend to, in my decks, want to only splash the Trumpet Blasts of the world. Alright, here's an Arrow Storm. And then really nothing else for our deck. I could take the Canyon Lurkers, since that is, if we're just splashing red, this is a much better card as Morph, and it just hits hard later. But maybe black ends up being the splash. Maybe we abandon like the Chief of the Scale, and we go like white-red, and splashing black. In that case, Aerostorm, which is by far way more powerful than anything in the pack, is going to be really nice. So since Canyon Lurkers is an easy enough pickup or something that we don't necessarily want in the deck, I'm going to take the super powerful Aerostorm. Here's Ride Down, leaning me even more towards a white-red build. Maybe someone is in black next to me, since we're not really seeing the black cards anymore. And if we keep getting these premium red cards, and there's not that many, I mean, red's like, I think, easily the worst color in this set. If we're not seeing a lot of other really fantastic black cards, we see more of the good red cards, then I'm happy to kind of switch gears here. And if that's the case, I'd start looking for the uncommon, what is it? Is it the Horde? It's the one red Goblin Makers. That's something I would want to start filling out and really build up a super strong Trumpet Blast deck. Interesting that white kind of got cut off here. Could have just been the packs. I don't think it was like super cut, but you know, we had these really nice early great white cards open, and now we're not seeing them. Here we're just taking a hate card because I'm pretty sure there's no way we're playing a Dutiful Return. And Abomination of Duel is really powerful, so we'll just get rid of that guy right now. Nothing really playable here. I guess Ride the Serpent if we go back into black a little bit more and we're just like really strong removal, though I'm hoping not to do that. Just guys student in white will fill out the deck. Not exactly what I'm looking to do here, but that's fine. Wait, why do I have 3s in with my 2s? What's going on there? Chief suspension right now. Morph, and then these guys over. That's what's happening. Well, I like where I'm positioned. I do think white in general will be open in the third pack, so I think that's not the end of the world. This is a really late Glacial Stalker. Hey, maybe we are Jeskai. Who knows? Maybe just no one's blue. I'll put it there. Because I can ditch the... I mean, if black just is gone at this point, if we just don't see any more and nothing great comes the other way, then maybe we start moving into a Jeskai build, which means the Defiant Strike, which I normally just put in the sideboard on like a Warriors-themed deck, might go there. I'm not saying like this Glacial Stalker is going to be a huge deal or it's a major thing, but going that late's kind of important. And look, we even get a land if we want to go kind of silly with our colors. This is, you know, third strategy. Really, again, I'm happy to be white, trying to decide if I'm going to be main deck white-red or white-black. Generally, white-black is, of course, better. But we didn't see it in this pack, so I'm worried that we're not going to see a lot of black cards in the third pack. So unless something super powerful starts happening in this pack, I may just go ahead and try to go into red a little bit. Now, the Rough Rider is actually really nice, strong, and powerful. Mardu Horchief is good, but this Feat of Resistance I think is irreplaceable. And again, I want white to be the base. I need to be careful because I'm kind of low on good creatures, especially if I end up not playing black. I have a Watcher and a Take Up Arms right now, and that's it in terms of like decent creatures. I have a Hate Blade and Jeskai Students, fine. But, I mean, I'm happy to have the Feat of Resistance. It's really good. Mardu Rough Rider might table, though I doubt it. Siege Rhino, though, how much are you worth, friend? It's only worth a couple tickets. So it's gone down since I've drafted it last, so I will take the feat. Oh no! I waited too long. Oh my gosh! A foil Villainous Wealth? Does anyone else love that card as much as I do? Easily one of my favorite cards in the pack. I mean, it's not worth anything. I just love that card. I'll take another Take Up Arms, and now we're all in on getting a Trumpet Blast. But man, foil Villainous Wealth. Ugh. I haven't drafted a deck like that in a long time, and I really hope I get to in the nearest of futures. Anyway, let me redo this since I took too long looking up how much Siege Rhino was. And yes, that's a bonkers card and is super fantastic, but I don't want to start moving into the one color I know for a fact I'm not right now, so I didn't. Where's Roger? Let's put that guy here. Let's put this guy here. Moving things around. Actually, these go over a little bit more. Sorry, that's not exactly fun. I probably should have paused for that. We love this rush of battle to come back around, but I think we take the take-up arms. It's a bummer because they're not. These cards are not as powerful as some of the other cards in the pack. What just happened? Oh, good. So it looks like I'm getting a little bit of lag here. I thought I had more time. I'll take a no, I think Sandstep Citadel. I think one way black's being played here or there. It might just be to splash Ponyback Brigade. We might try to get some more removal at some point. Smite I do want, but I don't think it's as important as getting like a nice dual land. And I'm looking to be in this general archetype. And I might go back into black later if we see more warrior synergies. So for now, let's just take the land. Opulent Palace we're not looking for. Here's some decent black splashables since we don't see anything in red or white. Question is, what are they? I don't think I like Bitter Revelation on the splash as much. Swarm of Bloodflies can actually go really well as a finisher in a strong token deck. I just don't love that's at the 5-drop slot. I'd rather just be splashing removal or strong Marduk colors. But I'll take the Swarm for versatility, and we'll see where that puts me. Not seeing any other more strong blues, so I'm glad this Glacial Stalker's kind of out of the way now. I also think Swarm of Bloodflies happens to be one of the best cards in the pack, minus the dual land, or the tri-land, but we're not playing the tri-land in any way, shape, or form. Whew, these are really powerful clan cards that aren't being played in my deck. How powerful is my red? Not really. I mean, yeah, we're a warrior deck, but maybe we take this Abzan guide, we end up splashing green instead of red, if that's just how the cards go. It's not my #1 strategy, and I mean, Bear's Companion's fantastic, can't play it. Crippling Chill is better than Active Treason. I could take the Active Treason for the sideboard, but this is just a little bit too good, and if this draft continues to be a little bit on the wonk side, we might even just want it. Nothing really here at all for us. Just getting a little worrisome. I guess I'll take a Tormenting Voice, since I'm still not married to black or red, and red is a little bit harder to cast if we end up going into it and just splashing the black, which is fine but not exciting. Maybe I just want to have a card that's playable. It's not a great card, but I mean, that's definitely me having to salvage a draft, but... Alright, so I like this Scavenger in the Warrior deck. Secret Plan's going late's crazy. Salt Road Patrol, though, do I need that? I'll just keep this here in the 1-drop slot. Let's start cleaning up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't like having such a big dude over here since I already have like 2 5-drops that take up arms, but I think it's the best pick. War Behemoth, I'm actually kind of where you want to take it now. It's a nice solid filler card. We can use some more 3s and all that. Gosh, this is like, maybe this guy was around. Don't need the Rugged Highlands, because if I'm playing red, I'm not playing the Abzan guide, so I don't. It's like one or the other. I'll just ditch this dude. Just hate it because it's so good. I'm at 10 creatures, because remember the take-up arms are actually creatures. And then... right now I'm splashing red. That's the current game plan. I'm going to take the Bloodfire Mentor in case I move into base red. I don't know what would really push me into mainstream red. Maybe things like Mardu Heart Piercer, or more good removal like another Arrow Storm. Then we'll just go into white-red. I really do want a Trumpet Blast, though. This kind of happened last time, if I recall correctly, a draft where I put together a token strategy. Remember, everything was a warrior. Like, I literally had every warrior. Yeah, that was the draft. I remember, like, writing about it. So, okay, there's definitely that. But I didn't even have, like, a Chiefess Scale. I didn't have Raider Spoils. That Rush of Battle did not table, by the way, which is a little bummer and worrisome to me. So really, I'm in brainstorm mode about how to try to salvage this, since this pack did not go as I would have liked. We got plenty of Dismal Backwaters. So this can be played, this can be played, this can be played. Arguably, Abzan Guide if, again, for some reason I feel like I open more cards that are green splashable that are better. Because right now the Absent Guide and the Ponyback Brigade are kind of the same. Ideally, this brigade would be better in this deck with like a Trumpet Blast or Rush of Battle or those sort of synergistic cards. But right now it's not, so the Absent Guide kind of fills that. So if we open some, I mean, like if I had that Siege Rhino, for example, which of course I passed that before taking the Citadel and the Absent Guide, and before Red just wasn't existing. But if I had had that, then maybe we'd have started going, all right, we're going white-black warriors splashing some green. I really can't say we're a warrior deck, even though I have a bunch of good warriors in my take-up arms. All we have besides that is a chief and a Ponyback Brigade. And nothing relevant. Ooh, Wee Fate. Get in that sideboard. Briber's Purse. Gosh, if things get dire, that might have to be played. I say dire because if you notice, I mean, I have a lot of cards in my sideboard right now. I'm really worried about having solid playables. And I don't think I was waffling too much between what I thought was happening in the draft. I'm a little bit confused. Maybe I have to go back and see if I misread the signal. Maybe Glacial Stalker was stronger than I thought. And maybe Jeskai was more open than planned. No, because white just dried up. I still think I'm going to see some good white in the first pack, but looking here, I mean, what did I pick up in white this pack? Take-up arms? I didn't pass any white, so who... I don't know, maybe someone opened Wingmate Rock and then, you know, in second package decided to be like, alright, I'm forcing white because it's that good. Here's some fantastic cards. Rattleclaw Mystic's so good. We're not taking it, of course. Debilitating Injuries, really nice. I think we're taking the Abzan Battle Priest, though. It's a nice 4-drop slot that we kind of want in the pick, but Feet and Debilitating Injury are really good. Also, wouldn't mind the Windscarred Crag. I guess at worst we get a War Behemoth. Thing is, our removal's pretty weak. All I have is Suspension Field. I guess the Feat of Resistance you kind of turn into a removal spell. And I'm just going to take the really good 4-drop. I mean, Abzan Priest really good. It's not the flyer. Would definitely have preferred that, but I want to fill out a really nice creature curve right now, and if it's in white, that makes me feel a lot better. And I'm getting something back in this pack. Maybe it's a Ponyback Brigade, a Throttle, no matter what, it's at least a War Behemoth or a Wingscarred Crack, so I'm happy with that. Could be right to take the injury there, though. Not gonna lie. Alright. Here's our first real decision, I'd say. Because Sage Eye Hera in white is the safest pick, but we have a Mardu Warshrieker and a Mardu Skull Hunter. If I was already had like one Rush of Battle or Raider Spars or something a little bit more important on the warrior side, I think I would take the Mardu Skull Hunter, but I don't. Now I only have 3 morphs, so Warshrieker doesn't get insane. But right now I'm leaning towards doing the red thing over the black thing, and remember, I don't think I'm going to see a lot of black this turn. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Warshrieker here. Yeah. Mystic Monastery I'm interested in, but here's that Trumpet Blast, and I think I just need to grab it, because if I don't grab it now, that's a big deal. Even though, yeah, lands are kind of a big deal, but we're really looking to start paring down. We're not going to play all these black cards, not necessarily Chief. Brigade we will, but not necessarily Swarm or Scavenger, so we're going to have a more traditional red-white build. I don't love taking Trumpet Blast over the Monastery because I do think land's important, but since I had passed one earlier in the draft and didn't get it back, I'm a little too worried about not getting the Trumpet Blast, because we need the Trumpet Blast with all these tokens running around. That's kind of key. Here now, like, for example, I'll take the Windscarred Crag over the Ponyback Brigade, which would be the other card that I'd be interested in, just to help smooth out the mana. I'm hoping for another one of these, or maybe that one we open tabling, if for some reason that's still in the pack, because I don't think the injury or the feat of resistance from that pack 3 I opened is going to come back. I mean, it shouldn't. Let's put it that way. So grabbing the land here is fine. Here's a Raider Spoil. I mean, I'm taking it. It's too good in the deck. I don't think it's horrible to splash. You kind of develop the warriors, and then you just slam this and start attacking, so it's fine. But obviously, it's much better in a base white black and then splashing red. Means I have to make some decisions about what black cards I actually will run. Witness or War Behemoth? I already have one War Behemoth. They're both fine. I think they're pretty much comparable. They do almost the same thing, but since I tend to want to be more aggressive, I think I'd rather just have the Witness. Plus, if I happen to be like wickedly mana screwed, I mean, it's always castable and always flippable. I still don't have... I mean, I'm still waffling between what my splash is. Is it red or is it black? Because right now I could just splash the Trumpet Blast and like maybe the Ride Down as a way to like finish getting through. The War Streaker and the Aerostorm I don't have to play, or the Blood Flies of the... Actually, I think I'd cut the Chief of the Scale and then one of these cards. So I'm down 2 creatures from what is actually in the deck, because some of them are not being played, that's for sure. Just into the War Streaker. I'm at 13 creatures. I don't want a Bitter Revelation, even though it's a good card. I don't know, it's really between these 4s. Maybe I do want a Bitter Revelation. 2 life doesn't matter, just being able to dig through the deck is kind of nice. And I'm starting to want to lean more towards black in general. Taking the Bitter Revelation. I decided to go black. Mainly because of the Chief of the Scale. It's so nice to have turn 2 that. If that's the case, right now Aerostorm's out of here. Probably not worth splashing the Mardu War Streaker, at least I'm hoping I don't have to. That's a very good card. That means we're only at 12 creatures, which I want a little bit more. I'd love to get another Ponyback Brigade at this point, but splashing Ride Down Trumpet Blast is fine. I already have a Ride the Serpent that I'm looking to not play. Is there any reason I play a second Trumpet Blast in this deck? I don't think so. Especially because reds are splash. We just want one in the finisher, but it's kind of nice to have more consistency. But we have Raider Spoils that's kind of similar on that, so yeah, there's really no need. I think we'll just take another creature. It's not great, but I need to fill out the curve a little bit. So CDC's Pet. Bum card. Alright, here's our pack that tailed. Yeah, all the good cards are gone, but we did get that Ponyback Brigade as somewhat planned. Alright, we need 2 more playables. We basically have we have like no removal. We have a Suspension Field and a Feeder Resistance. So it means I am going to try to rock this Ride Down on the splash. Don't love it on the splash, but in these decks anyway, you want to kind of be curving out and then playing this in like the 4 or 5 drop and keep attacking. Or like after you develop the board, attack with everything and then, you know, kill whatever the biggest thing is. Sage Eye Harrier will actually be good with the Raider Spoils and Trumpet Blast, so that's fine. We'll add that to the mix. We're now at 15 creatures. I don't want the Attendants. I have the Scavenger. I don't need another creature. Act of Treason for the board is actually just fantastic. Would have been nice to have picked up 1 more land, but obviously I wasn't really prioritizing that. Having 2 red cards on the splash plus 2 Ponyback Brigades shouldn't put the... Oh my gosh, why is this still here? Sultai Soothsayer. Such a good card. So this deck kind of worked out. It's nothing I'm excited about, but it certainly has the potential to win a draft. This Jeskai Student's sort of a dork. We'd love this to be, well, another Suspension Field, but even just something like one of the the Throttle or something would be nice. I think the only real decision I'm considering now is, do I want to put in the Rite of Serpent, since I'm so low on removal? And I'm not entirely sure yet, but let me clean this up and then I'll start really considering how this deck's looking. And here's the deck laid out, specifically. I do like our creature, well, I don't want to say I like our creatures. We have a lot of dorks in here. The Jeskai Student, the Sidisi's Pet, even like the Behemoth and Witness of the Ages I would rather have like a lot stronger setup. But I like, in terms of what I drafted, I'm pretty sure this is the set creatures. There's nothing really that I want to like put a spell in instead of. I do want to have 15 creatures. Watery Roar Shaker is a nice mention, but I made that choice to go black, and I'm actually happy with that. So we're not going to be splashing a War Shrieker. Aerostorm's the best card on the sideboard, but I can't cast it at double red. Yeah, like I said, the only real decision is this Ride of the Serpent, and I'm only considering because we're so low on removal. But at double black and being so clunky, it's really, do I want to have the double black clunk or the ride down clunk? And ride down with this deck strategy, I think, is going to be so much more important. However, I might just as easily choose to pull this guy and maybe like a mountain out and bring in Ride the Serpent if I'm playing against someone who's like just a wicked bomb and things that my deck can't deal with. But even then, the ride down kind of helps like pound through the rest of that damage, so I really enjoy that. It'll help like finish getting cards through. The only thing that's not great, not that I'm ever bank on this, but always is fun when you're able to do, is do like a ride down with a Trumpet Blast. You know, you attack with everything, you know, get some trample plus that extra like 2 points of damage through. But yeah, this is what I'm going to do with the deck. So let's go ahead and add some basics. See what's suggested here. 3 seems like a lot, because that would be 4 red sources. Let's just double check the rest. 9, 10, so 11 white sources? That seems like a whole bunch. Yeah, we do not need... Oh, am I missing something? Oh, I get an extra playable. I miscounted. Notice I have 2 lands. I'm at 21. I get 1 more playable card. Maybe I do just bring in that Ride of the Serpent. Again, still a little bit clunky, but just needing around the deck. We're definitely moving to plains no matter what. So that's 8, 9. That's 10 white sources. We could probably get away with 9. We don't have any double whites. Yeah, I'm not looking to necessarily play that many plains. Let's see what swamps look like. That's only 6 swamps, though. Yeah, I definitely want more swamps. So let's bust a move like that, at least. Still only 7 swamps. Wouldn't mind more. Do I want 4 mountains for 2 hard castable reds and then 2 ponyback brigades? I think 3 sources should be fine. 3 red sources, 8 black sources, and 9 white sources. Do I actually even need 9? I am going to play this Ride of Serpent, so we're going to move this around a little bit and head toward this double black. Because 8 white sources, even though I do have like a 1-drop in white, and I guess the 2-drops don't really matter, I think that'll be cool. We've got, these are all morphs, every single one of them, so we're going to be able to turn 3 stuff. And then the rest of our white things we don't want to do really until after turn 3 anyway. Take up arms, Abzan Guide, feet, suspension field. So there aren't that many cards that I need super early white on, and 8 is a perfectly fine number for all of that. So I think that's how we're going to do it. And then bring in this Ride of Serpent. Super clunky, not excited for it. But hey, I grabbed it for exactly this reason. When the draft goes a certain way and you just need a removal spell, sure, get in there. And that's the deck. And we'll move on to the first round.